Everybody good? What day is it? Great. I just needed to know that. I've been busy all week. So, guys, Thursday, Webster County. Hi again. My name is Jimmie Stevens. A little background on me so you can understand why I'm here. My goal today is to simply add value, right? I'm not here. It may come across as inspirational because it's passion, because of my background, where I've come from, what I've done. So my goal is to give you something that you can leave with and use in your life. I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. Graduated high school, went to the Navy, spent 4 years in the military doing Desert Shield, Desert Storm. First I was aboard the USS Midway, then I was aboard the USS Tripoli. Got out, spent about 26, 27 years in Southern California. About 15 to 16 of those years, I was a youth pastor, started my own business, had a party rental business, very successful. Southern California, highest grossing was north of 350,000. We also had another business I developed, but during that process of me going back to school while I had my business, I started enrolling students in college, and that's where all this started awakening. I started talking to young people, and older people for that matter, who were trying to figure out what skill set they needed in life. And I moved to the South, thought I was through with education. The school picked me up, interviewed me, and I really wasn't interested, but then I saw the connection. And I felt that vibe, that fire once more, if you will, to empower and give information that will help you. So, as we talk today, these are principle-based, I don't want to say philosophies or theories. I believe they're facts, right? They work if you work them. My experience traveling throughout Southwest Georgia is this. On a weekly basis, I probably talk to maybe 700 to 1,000 teens a week over a week's period, because I go to high schools like this, talk to seniors, talk to auditoriums, mostly in my job role, but this is just me sharing my heart with you. So I'm excited about this opportunity, first of all. But as I travel, what I notice is a lot of my young people, like yourself, are not prepared for life. You have no idea, no concept, which is understandable because you're not in life, right? You're sheltered, living with your parents. So a lot of times we have habits and we develop things that really are holding us back in life. So as you look at my little presentation, I got a couple of slides. I'm gonna talk more than you're gonna see. But you see that statement that says high school, AKA what? Preseason. This is your preseason in life. Now I want you to understand something when I say that. 9th through 12th grade, this is your preseason. 12th graders, you got about 2 more months and you're out. 9th graders, how many 9th graders in here? Show of hands. Love the 9th graders. 10th graders, show of hands. 11th graders, show of hands. Okay, so you're my main ones, right? My seniors are on their way out, but you can definitely benefit from this. This is your preseason, young people, right now, while you're in high school, 9th through 12th grade. The things you do on a consistent basis will determine where you're going. That means your number one mission in life for 4 years is to develop one simple habit. One simple habit. If you think about 9th through 12th, once your seniors get here, the seniors will say this, I don't know what I'm going to do with the quadratic formula. I don't know who cares about Macbeth. I don't think no one's going to help me with all this Hamilton. Whatever your situation is, you don't see how that education deals with your life. And some of you are like, why do I even need this, right? And because of that, you're not engaged because you don't even know why you're here. You don't know why you come to school every day, sit and listen to a teacher instruct you, give you information that you know because you're so intelligent. I don't use that sarcastically, but you're so intelligent, you know you're not going to be using calculus, trig, geometry throughout your day, right? But why do I need to know this? So because of that, you're not engaged because you don't even know why you're coming to school every single day. So I'm here to answer your question. Answer the question that has boggled your mind for I don't know how long you've been in high school. Answer the question that many of you have talked about, complained about. Why do I go to school? For 4 years, you're supposed to develop one simple itty bitty habit. What is it? Discipline. You can't see it in black. It's discipline. Discipline. Self-discipline. What does that mean, self-discipline in school? One thing that you must have in success, whether you become an entrepreneur, go to college, technical college, whatever you want to do in life, you have to have this one thing, self-discipline. That means this. How does that translate? Teacher gives you a homework assignment. You're supposed to read 5 chapters. You know you can get through with just one. or not even reading the chapter, just going through highlighting things because you can highlight things and get through stuff quicker, guess what? You've arrived, right? I figured out, got the answer, I'm straight, I'm good, I'm done. But you missed the whole purpose of the exercise. The purpose of the exercise was to develop something inside of you. What is that? That is the discipline to do what you do not want to do. Can you say that with me? Do? Come on, I need energy. Tyreek, we need energy, right? Do what I do not want to do. Let me say that again. I want you to say it, but I want you to think about what you're saying. I should do what I do not want to do. Like the hand movements. That's good. You followed me. Let's try that one more time. He threw me off with the hand movement. I should do what I do not want to do. Young people, if you master that skill, you will be highly successful in life. If you master that one skill, what does that mean? Because here it is. Life is all about doing what you do not want to do. Every successful person in this world will tell you, I did what I did not want to do for so long that I started living with being uncomfortable. I started living with being uncomfortable. I started living with things that I did not like doing on such a long term that I adjusted to it because the things that I committed to doing were all beneficial for me. When I owned a business in Southern California, before I went into my business, I owned 15 rental houses, about 2.5 million portfolio. Back then, the market was great. Then it tanked. I had to relearn some stuff, right? I had to reevaluate. Did I want to do it? No. But I had to commit to doing what I did not want to do in order to, in other words, revitalize my life so my family wouldn't go hungry. I had to commit to things that I was not used to. I had to relearn things that would gain income. Why? Because that is the way you are successful in life, is committing to doing what you do not want to do. So when we say one mission, self-discipline, you got to understand something. Some of you right now going to school, you're in class, and you can't stand it. And because you can't stand it, you don't engage. So you quit mentally. Check out. Whether it's geometry, whether it's history, political science, whatever your subject is. If I ask you, let me ask a couple of people who cannot stand a subject, and you know what subject it is. Raise your hand real quick. What subject is it? Math. I can't stand math either. Yes. Biology. Yeah, a whole nother language. Wait till you go to college with it. Yes. History. Yes. Spanish class. Yes, I got a story about Spanish class. Yeah. What? History. So listen, why do I ask that? Let me help you out. I have a graduate degree in organizational management. I graduated with a 3.45 GPA. That's pretty good, right? Had a successful business. Had real estate property. That thing went into a business, very successful. All that's good, right? Here it is. When I graduated high school, I graduated with 1.45 GPA. That's a D minus. That was my graduating GPA. It's all right to laugh. I know some of y'all trying to hold it in. How did they let him out of school with a 1.45 GPA? Is he that dumb? Is he that? What happened? How did that happen? I told you I grew up in Detroit. They were just glad to get rid of me, right? DPS system. The reason I say that is this. I didn't know why I was there. I didn't like math, still do not. My Spanish teacher told me, wrote in my report card, I recommend you never ever take another foreign language. That's true. And I have not. But why do I say that? Because listen to me. I didn't know why I was there. All this brilliance, all this passion I had, but I didn't know why. Some of you guys are so smart. Some of you guys have no idea what will happen if you just start committing to doing what you don't want to do. You have no idea what will come out of your life if you start developing a habit of being uncomfortable. I'm here to tell you, I love being uncomfortable because being uncomfortable means I'm growing. How many athletes we got in here? Great. How many of you guys who are athletes love doing suicides or wind sprints? I don't know what you call them. There's always one or two crazy people, right? No one's volunteering to coach. Let me do it. He watching you too. Good, get him, coach. Oh, y'all getting it now, trying to be funny. So listen, no one likes doing wind sprints, but here it is. Everybody knows the reason we do wind sprints is to build endurance. Resistance builds. And you're running from the very thing that's going to help you grow. You're running from the very thing that's going to make you successful. Nobody here want to be broke. I know that. No one in here wants to have a $15,000 a year job. Nobody. No one's standing in line for a poverty ticket. Nobody. But what happens when we do not engage in being uncomfortable, automatically I am signing up for it. Because here's the thing about discipline. You can choose your pain, right? I can choose the pain of discipline, or I can choose the pain of regret. It's up to you. It's going to be one or two. You will get to a point, if you do not engage in learning to live with being uncomfortable right now in high school, you will get to a point where you live with the pain of regret. I talked to numerous people in my life, and to this day, whether they 30, 40, 15, 16, and my goal is to get you before you get to be 30, and you're sitting in there talking to me, asking me a question like, why is my life so jacked up? Last night, my videographer, Doran, and I, we were out in Columbus at a Applebee's restaurant talking to the waitress, and we were across from Columbus State. And he asked her a question, do you attend a college across the street? She said, no, I should, because I'm 25 and my life sucks. Quote, unquote, end quote. She said, my life sucks because I'm not doing anything with it. I'm working here, but I know I shouldn't be. This lesson, unless you understand when you get to a university, unless you understand right now in high school, I have to develop a habit of self-discipline. Once I get there, I will not have the endurance to complete the process. There's a 30 to 40% drop rate for first-year college students across the country today in this country. 30 to 40%. That means out of everybody who's going to college, statistically, if we use this class, this graduating class as a size of 20-something students, that means that about 30 to 45% of those people will not complete the first year of traditional college. That's staggering. You know why? Here's my humble opinion, and I may not finish my presentation, but I do want to get this into your heart. We gravitate as a culture toward comfort. Comfort is where I need to be. Why? Because if I got my cell phone's over there, but I got my cell phone and I'm comfortable, I'm not engaging in anything. Comfort is your biggest enemy. Comfort is your biggest enemy. So I want you to understand today, if nothing else, I need to learn to live with being uncomfortable to be successful. I need to learn to love to hate math, history, Spanish, history. You need to learn to live with the discomfort of it. Why? Because as I learn to live with the discomfort of it, what am I learning? I'm learning a true habit, because what I do most is what I do best. So here it is. Declare this with me. My discipline. Oh, your energy dropped again. I need you up. My discipline, is my deposit. My discipline is my deposit. What does that mean? That means if you want to do something, you just look at it as a savings account. If I deposit discipline in this arena, guess what's going to happen? I'm able to withdraw from it. Some of us are trying to go through life, and what will happen is you will go to a situation where you're trying to withdraw something that you haven't deposited. In other words, man, I don't have any skills. Man, I don't have anything that's marketable. Man, my life is jacked up. I don't know anything that anyone's willing to pay me for, because you never made a deposit of discipline in that area, so you can't reap the benefits. I can't spend money I don't have. That's just a fact. So when I'm saying to you young people, your future depends on your ability to be uncomfortable and to be disciplined. Don't go through life trying to find the easy way out. Trying to find the most easiest route. What's the easiest class I can take? I remember when I was in high school, I used to ask my counselor, what's the easiest class I can take? Why? Because I didn't want anything that was uncomfortable. I didn't want anything to challenge me. But the only thing that builds you is what? Who's listening? I said resistance. Resistance, right? My athletes, the wind sprints, resistance, muscles, resistance. The only thing that's going to build you is resistance. You have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to do this. You have to be willing to understand. I cannot grow up successful if I'm always trying to hang out around the easy stuff. Stop trying to hang around the easy stuff. The easy stuff does not pay you money. The easy stuff keeps you broke. The easy stuff are the people who we never read about, never hear about, and live with a lot of regret because they know they were supposed to be doing something, but they never ever mastered being undisciplined. There's a story of a young man, some of you may have heard of him. He's an old basketball player named Kobe Bryant. Anybody ever heard of Kobe Bryant? That's sarcasm, guys, yes. So we can go Steph Curry too. But Coach, I'm going to